First shloka is said, Arjuna asked a question, Sthita prajnasya ka bhasha? Then Krishna explained, who is Muni first? Sthitadir Muni Ruchyate. Sthitadir Muni Ruchyate. In the previous shlokas, if you see, so Krishna is systematically answering the question of Arjuna so that he can get convinced for practicing this Krishna consciousness. Of course, Arjuna is Krishna conscious. Whether he sleeps, from his body, Krishna, 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 Krishna comes. When I sleep, लारी चलाता हूँ मैं जब मैं सोता हूँ. My roommates are completely, every day they get disturbed hearing me. But when Arjuna sleeps, whole his body, Krishna, 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 Krishna. Yes, this is what Arjuna is a fully Krishna conscious, whether he sleeps, whether he is awake. But he asked a question for our benefit. Krishna is answering the question for our benefit. So we should learn these lessons. So devotees, it's very, very important to understand, to rise above all this give and take, like, dislike, you and me businesses. So Arjuna asked a very interesting question. What was the question asked by Arjuna? Sthita prajnasya ka bhasha samadhistasya keshava sthitadir kim prabhasheta kimashita vrajeta kim. So Krishna is explaining one by word. Sthita prajna, samadhi, who is in samadhi. Sthitadir, who is that Sthitadir? So Krishna is explaining one by one. Prajahati yada kaman sarvan prarthamanogatan atmani eva atmana tushta sthita prajnastadochapate. He is known as Sthita Prajna. Then he explained dukkeshu anudvignamana sukeshu vigataspriha vitaragabhaya krodha sthitadhir. Now he explained sthitadhir muniruchyate. Today's shloka is saying yaha sarvatrana abhisnehas tattat prapya shubha shubham nabhinandantina dveshti tasya prajna pratishtitaha. So that is Sthita Prajna. Sthita Prajna or Prajna Pratishta. Sthita Prajna means one whose Prajna is Sthita, one whose intelligence is fixed up. Prajna Pratishtitaha, same meaning. One whose intelligence is fixed enough. Now, in the material world, people constantly facing miseries. Constantly. There is no gap. Unfortunately, previously there was some gap. Previously there was some gap, In my experience, I could see that life. In childhood, if we go for school continuously 6 days, Sunday was a gap. We were enjoying. Then in college days, we used to go for continuously for 2 seasons. Then summer season we got holidays. Then afterwards, once we get into life, full-fledged, ever-flowing life, no holidays, no holidays, neither holidays nor holidays. Life is so busy, busy, busy. That's why I'm saying constantly one is experiencing miseries. Even children's, college students, one may think, oh no, they might be getting holidays. No. Even in the holidays, they were robbed. They were tortured. They are getting tortured, for learning this course, that coaching, this coaching. Wow, play bop. So much, constantly people are experiencing miseries nowadays. If you touch anyone, be little close to them and touch anyone, they will express what they are going through in their life. I'm seeing, I'm seeing it. People are completely fed up with the life. That's why there is a lot of interest from the youngsters, young generations, to come to take up Krishna consciousness. People are taking, lot of members taking up Krishna consciousness. I'm seeing that. Compared to even before COVID, after COVID, we can see that. There's a lot of influence. People are little becoming common sense. They are understanding, come to the senses. At least Indians. People who are following Western culture, Western people, Westernized life, that is different. Okay, at least Indians, common citizen, is coming to these senses. So it's very clear, everybody is going through the problems, and these problems are constant. There's constant. And all our endeavors, the purpose of all our endeavors is to mitigate dukkha and achieve sukha. Yes? Isn't it the purpose? Why we are going to school, why we are going to college, why we are doing some job. Why? Because to remove that dukkha. Life became so miserable, and we are trying in all the ways, we are trying in all the methods, trying to figure out the solutions for it. So very interestingly, Vidura, he says in Bhagavatam, hear this sloka very carefully, devotees. Very interesting sloka. It may be a joke, but it is a very serious concern. Very serious concern for the people. I'm just getting that sloka for you. Yeah. It's very interesting to see everybody is endeavoring for happiness, right? In the life, everybody is working for happiness. Where is this? Yes. Because these people, these Vidura, great Mahatmas, whatever they are sharing, that is very practical. No, you may say, no, what you have experienced. Your age is just 25, 30 now. What you must have experienced. But these great Mahatmas, Vidura, Prahlada, they have experienced a lot in the life. So let us hear from them. Recently in one of the gatherings, classes, I asked who has a most aged, who are the more aged. So one Mataji, she was there, she was around crossed 75, 76. I asked her, why you came to temple? She said, everything is mohamaya, this is only truth. Then I asked, who has a less age? There was one girl, 6 years old girl. I asked her also, why you came to temple? I wanted to hear bhajan, she said. So if you see, okay, my opinions, my feelings, my experiences, keep that aside. But the most aged members and everyone, even small children, they understand this simple fact that all our endeavors are trying to get sukha, but it is not happening. It is not happening. Vidura says in Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, 5th chapter, 2nd shloka, he says, Sukhaya karmani karoti loko. In the loka, all the people are performing karma for what? Sukha. Sukhaya karmani karoti loko. Natai sukham vanyat uparamam va. But they are not getting sukha. They are trying for sukha. They are performing all endeavors, all karma for achieving sukha. Sukhaya karmani karoti loke. But natai sukham vanyat. It is not at all coming. Any sukha is coming. On the top, the sukha is expected to come. We are endeavoring to get sukha. But vindeta bhuyas tataeva dukkham. Are reverse only happening. We are getting dukkha only. Yadatra yuktam bhagavan vadenna. So please, therefore, give directions. So Vidura is asking to, I think, Maitreya Rishi is asking. He is concerned about whole people in the world. Everybody is trying to mitigate dukkha in their life, but they are not getting mitigated dukkha. They are not they are not getting happiness, but on the top they are getting only dukkha. It's very, very difficult. Sukhaya karmani karoti loke natai sukham vanyat uparamam va. सुखा पहले नहीं मिल रहा है, इसके ऊपर विंदेत भूयस ततएव दुःखम, दुःख ही मिल रहा है. यदत्र युक्तम भगवान वदेन्ना. हे मैत्रेय मुनि बताओ. So devotees, we cannot avoid dukkha in this life, because this world is known as dukkhalayam. Dukkhalayam ashashvatam. Definitely at every step there is a danger. Padam padam yad vipadam natesham, Prahlad Maharaj says. At every step there is a danger. We discussed previously also. And we are trying to solve this problem. That is the title. What is the title? We cannot avoid this dukkha in this world. As much as time, we have this body. As far as we have this body, we must supposed to experience dukkha. There is no other opportunity, no other option. See, I was sitting peacefully previously. Now I am feeling sweat. पहले हवा आता था, अभी हवा बंद हो गया. Feeling sweat. So we cannot avoid. No matter how much AC we have, fan we have, no matter how many facilities you create to mitigate this dukkha, but dukkha is going to come for sure. One may think, no, we are trying to solve the problems. Modern scientists, they say we will stop the death also one day. But that's a foolishness, utter foolishness. In the process of solving their own death problem, they themselves become the part of the death. That is a foolishness. So, the point is, devotees, we cannot avoid dukkha in this world. Especially, I don't know, men definitely go through, everybody goes through the problems. And ladies, one Mataji, she sent a message openly. I don't know what she's thinking. She's out of pain, she sent a message. Prabhuji, I'm having this periods problems. A lot of blood is flowing. What to do? I suggested her, Mataji, better you consult doctor. What I can do? I cannot do anything. I cannot say anything. And they are ladies, women are the most miserable, compared to men. As far as I know, they are the experiencing most miseries. And everybody, in the life, they are trying to solve the problems. It's a very practical thing. Can women stop the periods? It's an open secret. Everybody knows this. Can women stop the periods? It's unhealthy. If the period stops, unhealthy it is. So miseries cannot be stopped in this world. If you don't get clearing, it is unhealthy in symptom. One has to pass a stool. One has to go to toilet. If urine and stool got stopped, blockage ho gaya, then he has to go to doctor. So this body is meant, it is meant with the problems. It came with the problems, miseries. We cannot avoid this. That's why The solution, Krishna says in this shloka, we should rise above. We should go beyond these problems. For that, we have to sthita pragya. We have to prajna pratishtitaha. We have to fix our intelligence in higher truth. Krishna says, Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehina raso varjam rasopasya param drushtva nivartate. Once we have the higher taste, then these problems in the material world will not disturb us. I'm not saying problems will not come. Hear carefully. I'm not saying problems will not come. Problems will come because this world is meant for it. But we will not get affected by it. In the Bhagavatam, Krishna's lotus feet is compared as a Nava. This Krishna's lotus feet is considered as boat to cross over this ocean. See, in the ocean there are constantly waves are coming. Can we stop the waves? We cannot stop the waves. Constant it comes. You go and wait and wait and wait in front of the ocean. Please, when it will stop? Day, night, weeks, months, years, from so many several decades, generations and generations. It is getting, the waves are constantly coming and going, coming and going. We cannot stop the waves. But when we take a boat, then we can cross over this ocean. We need a ocean. We need a boat. That boat is lotus feet of Krishna. So when we are there on the boat, definitely waves comes. But we may move right, left, up, down. But we will be safe, in the boat. At least we are safe in the boat. If you think, oh, these waves are constantly disturbing me. If you jump from the boat, then life is gone. So in the material world, it is there, but we should go beyond it by fixing our intelligence on the lotus feet of Krishna. Padakamala. Yes. Otherwise, there is no other hope. We will be tossed around by these waves, waves of the miseries. Right, left, up, down, subah, sham. Gada mazuri karte rahenge jeevan bhar. So we should take up Krishna consciousness so seriously. We should fix up our intelligence in Krishna. In Krishna consciousness. Sthita prajna tadochyate. Then he will not be disturbed. Na abhinandanti na dveshti. Somebody comes and glorifies, oh, so nice Prabhuji, you are wonderful. We will not be disturbed. We don't seek for appreciations. We will not be envious of others. If somebody is envious towards us, we will not be bothered about it. Na abhinandanti na dveshti. Na shubha ashubhas. Whether it is auspicious time or inauspicious time, whether it's a good or bad time, anything it may be, whether it's healthy or unhealthy, we are never bothered about it. Our intelligence is fixed up in Krishna. So all our activities are concerned for Krishna. That's how we rise above. We go beyond these miseries. We experience Krishna consciousness. Even in the midst of the miseries. Even in the midst of the miseries, we should be Krishna conscious. We should not give it up, devotees. That person is known as tasya prajna pratishtha. Such person is sthita pragya. So it is like our life is like a cycling. Cycle, when you are cycling, the cycle bends sometimes right, sometimes left, sometimes right, left, it goes two-tiered cycle. Then we have to constantly cycle it. We don't have other option. When we are failing on right, then you have to handle it on left, right? No, to right, of course. When the cycle is coming on the left side, right side, then you have to turn your handle to right side and balance it. When the cycle is bending towards left, then you have to turn this handle into left side and balance it. So this whole life is balancing. But how can we balance? We should know the route. We should know how to balance it. Yes, we should know the destination. What is the purpose we are cycling? What is the purpose of cycling? Where we are going in our life? We should go towards lotus feet of Krishna, Krishna consciousness. So with this request, I request all of you, don't get away with the material miseries, devotees. Be fixed in the lotus feet of Krishna. I will end with this shloka, lotus feet of Krishna. When I remember, recently I was reading this glory of lotus feet of Krishna, one of the glory. So hear carefully, absorb, let us absorb. Narada Muni is saying, he went to Dwaraka and is asking Krishna, Krishna, I travel everywhere, I keep traveling everywhere, so please bless me. He says, Dushtam tavangri yugalam janatapa vargam, Dushtam tavangri yugalam janatapa vargam, Brahmadibir hrudi vichintaya abgada bodham, Samsara kupa patitottaranavlambam, Dhyayam charami anugrana yata smritisyat. He says, Narada Muni says, oh my dear Lord, Drishtam tavangri yugalam janatapa vargam, your lotus feet. I'm just taking darshan of your lotus feet. Tavangri yugalam, the two lotus feet. They can give a liberation to the people. Janatapa vargam. That's why Brahmadibir hrudi vichintya agada bodham. Agada bodham means most intelligent munis, rishis, sages. And even Brahmaji, in his heart, he remembers your lotus feet. He worships your lotus feet. Brahmadibir hridaya vichintyam agada bodham. Not only that, samsara kupa patitota avanalambam. These people who have got stuck up in this samsara kupa, in this ocean of birth and death, in this well, dark, deep, dry well, for them, you are so merciful with your lotus feet, you will just patitottara, you will lift them up when they meditate on you. So please, similarly, Dhyayam charami anugrana yata smritisyat. I keep traveling here and there. Narada Muni is saying, please bless me so that I can remember you always your lotus feet. So the Narada Muni got curse from Daksha Prajapati once. Sometimes people glorify him so much, but he never bothered about it. He is always absorbed in remembering lotus feet of Krishna. So devotees, we cannot come out of these miseries. It is not in our hands. Taivihesha gunamai mamamaya duratyaya. It is very, very difficult to overcome. But let us surrender to Krishna. Remember the lotus feet of Krishna. That's too amazing. Cooling breeze. It gives the cooling breezes decorated with the red, around redness, In Telugu we call parani. Decorated with the tulasi leaves. Bedecked with some nice diamonds. With the payal. So amazing lotus feet. Please remember, meditate on the lotus feet of Krishna. That gives relaxation from this material world. No other endeavors, no amount of endeavors to solve the problems, career plans, etc., will solve these miseries. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for joining and hearing this carefully. We'll end here. Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Any questions, comments?